Good evening and welcome to the call. My name is Eric Johnson. I am the creator and CEO of Teamzy. And tonight's topic is how to slay your Le-Vel business in less than an hour a day. And I want you guys to know we're going to get into some great stuff tonight. First and foremost, though, a little disclaimer. We are not affiliated with Le-Vel and nor are we endorsed by them. We're an independent company that is here to help you build your business and to be successful, just as we have in 15 other networks. And we're here talking to you guys tonight because we have been approached by so many folks in Le-Vel saying, can you please build Teamzy for us? So it's here. So tonight I'm going to take you through it. I'm going to show you guys not only how to use Teamzy, but I'm going to show you how you can do this in less than an hour a day. Okay, so we're going to set Teamzy up, which is super easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. Then I'm going to take you in once we get it set up. I'm going to show you how to go about using the Teamzy dashboard to do a power hour, which you'll get done in about 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to show you how to start conversations with people, even people you wouldn't have even thought of connecting with. I'm going to teach you how to do it, how to start those conversations. I'll teach you how to take those conversations through to an invite about the business or about the products, then how to follow up on those invites like a pro, all the way through the system in Teamzy so that as you're connecting and reaching out, you're also tracking automatically as you go until we move people from prospect to customer to being part of our team. So we're going to do all of that, and it'll probably take me 35 minutes to go through all that content. If you guys have questions, hopefully you will, there's a Q&A button on the bottom of your viewer, and I want you guys to push that and load your questions in. If you already have questions, you go ahead and put them there. At the end, I will answer any questions that are up there. Sound good? All right, let's jump right in. I'm just getting over kind of a wicked cold, so I've got my rock and roll voice tonight. I hope that doesn't bother you guys too much. All right, where is Teamzy? Here we go. Okay, so now you guys are looking at my Teamzy screen. Now, a couple of things before we dive into the software. I want you guys to know, first and foremost is we offer a 30-day free trial of Teamzy. Okay, 30-day free trial. That's a free trial, meaning we don't ask for a credit card number or anything, okay? We just want you to use it and really like it. And that's true for you, for your team, for your upline, downline, sideline, for everybody. And this isn't a kind of thing that expires. We always have a 30-day free trial because we feel so strongly that when people use this system, they're going to fall in love with it. So if you're not already using a 30-day free trial, go to teamzy.com and start your 30-day free trial, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is I'll show you how to set it up. So when you first log into your free trial, you're gonna be inside a thing called the Setup Wizard. And the Setup Wizard just makes setting this up very easy. Now, I'm not in it right now, I'm just on the dashboard, but you can relaunch it by going up to the top right to this little wheel and click Setup Wizard. There we go. All right, so here's the Setup Wizard. Now in the wizard, we're gonna do three things. We're gonna set your income goal, okay? And then Teamzy, this is really cool. Teamzy will actually backward engineer that and show you what to do to hit that goal, which is pretty awesome. Then we're gonna create a powerful why, and I'll go through that, but that's to keep you from quitting because we don't want you to quit, we want you to be successful. And then we're also gonna get all of your contacts into Teamzy, all in one place so you can be super mega organized, okay? And I'll show you how that works too. So let's go ahead and click start and keep going. So step one is set an income goal. And here's the thing, guys, there's no rocket science behind this. I just want you to get a number in your head and write it down. Okay, now here's the other thing. I don't want it to be that realistic. I definitely want this to be a stretch goal. I want this to be a stretch goal because this system is going to leverage your time and make you so efficient. You'll be able to do more than you think you're capable of doing, and you'll be able to do it in a very small amount of time. I'll show you guys how that works. So put a number in here. Now, I highly recommend everybody puts in at least a six-figure goal. I'm going to put in 150,000 as my goal. This is my goal. I want to be at this income level 12 months from now. Okay, now if you're watching this and you're already a big stud and have a huge team, I want you to think of it this way. What new income will you create from your own personal efforts this year? Okay? All right, let's go to the next page. So now Teamzy is telling me that if I want to get anywhere near $150,000 income level, I need to connect with 4,348 people, give or take, over the next 12 months. So that's a good number, right? 4,348 is not a small number. That's a big number. I grew up in a town in New Hampshire with less people than that. Crazy, right? And I didn't know everybody in town. Here's the thing. When you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? You guys know this one? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? You eat it one bite at a time. By the way, that's an analogy. Don't get upset. Let's go to the next page, and it's going to break it down for us. It breaks it down. So I've got three groups of people in the world: prospects, customers, and promoters, right? They're either my prospect, they're already my customer, they're already my promoter, or maybe they're a customer promoter of somebody else. But those are our three main groups of people. And then we're going to break that down yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. So that huge number, which was, I think it was 4,348, now comes down to, I need to connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 of my current customers each day, and 4 promoters on my team each day. Pretty simple, right? And I'm going to go through how we do that as we go. But keep in mind, I'm connecting with these people. That is not recruiting, inviting, or selling. It's just connecting. It's just making someone's day. And we call it the make someone's day mindset. Our goal is to connect with people and make their day. This is based on relationship marketing, which I don't have a lot of time to go into, you guys. But I can do team calls for you guys and go into the relationship marketing more if you want to set that up through Teamzy. But it's based on building relationships. We're going to get in the make someone's day mindset. That's what we're going to do every day, systemized. And we're going to create tons of opportunities that way. So we're going to connect 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 promoters. And then I've got a minimum goal to add 3 new people to my list every day and to invite 3 people to the business opportunity or to try products. Okay, either or, but 3 times a day I want to invite people into my business. And I'm going to create those invite opportunities through my connects. Make sense? Okay. So I want you guys to know, by the way, you can change these numbers from the Teamzy suggestion. I'm going to make this one a 10. You just type over it, whatever you want, okay? And then at the end, when you're set, you've got the goals that you want, you click continue, and now your Teamzy dashboard will be configured to the goals you set based on the income goal you created. Pretty cool, right? So there's going to really be no 2 Teamzy dashboards that look exactly the same. All right, so that's all set up. Now we're going to take a minute to find your why. I need a little sip of this magic throat coat. Find your why. Okay, this is really important. And I know that you guys probably have done a lot of work on your why with your team, or you've heard people talking about it, or you've heard amazing speakers talking about finding your why, finding your passion, getting a vision for your business, however you want to describe it. And I'm here to tell you guys, I know a couple of you are going, what does this have to do with using this tracking software? Really nothing except for this. We built this because we're passionate about helping people, just like you're in this business because you're passionate about helping people, right? And we know this. 1 out of every 2 people in this business will quit in the first 12 months, right? And if you guys have been doing this business at all for any period of time at all, you've already seen that happening. 1 out of 2 people will quit within the first 12 months. That's a lot. And the reason people quit isn't because those people aren't as good as the ones that are become successful, right? The truth is this, guys, everybody's a quitter. You're a quitter. I'm a quitter. We're all quitters. So why is it that some people can be super successful? Or why is it that sometimes we don't? Sometimes we are successful ourselves in something, in some part of our lives. The only thing that matters is the reason why. We have this whole thing about willpower and will and drive. It's all based on why power. Why? What's your reason? What's your reason? I love Darren Hardy's book, in The Compound Effect. He talks about if you walked on a little narrow beam, you know, like a 50-foot beam, and he said, if you walk across this beam, it's on my driveway. If you walk across it, you know, I'll give you $20. But now will you do it between 2 skyscrapers? It's like, no, that's not worth $20. The why is not there. Well, would you, but on the other side of that beam is a building on fire and your children are on that roof. Will you walk across that beam now and on top of skyscrapers? Of course you would, because the reason to is there. And here's the thing I want you guys to know, and you've probably heard it from other people. If you don't have the reason why you would cross through danger, go into a burning building, overcome any obstacle to be successful in your business, if you haven't figured out what that reason is, you probably are going to quit. And I don't want that, and neither do you. I mean, put your hand up if your plan is to be wildly successful at this business. I'm here to tell you guys, you will not succeed unless you figure out your why. Now, here's the thing. Here's the good news. I know this stuff is really abstract and kind of, you know, hippy dippy stuff for some of you guys. And maybe you just don't know how to go about this. But finding your why really isn't that tough. And sometimes we overcomplicate it. What we've done is we've created a really simple process in Teamzy that you can follow along. I'll take you through my personal experience with it really quick as an example. But what I love about it is not only will it be easy for you to start getting your head around your why, but it's going to be duplicatable. You can teach this to your team, and you can get people who are excited in the moment to really lock in to a motivation that will keep them, that will sustain them. Because do you guys agree that life is tough? Yeah, and challenges are going to come up. Things are going to happen. And what's the first thing that happens when we're challenged in any area of our life? We think, well, I'll just put that little side business on the back burner for now, right? By the way, on the back burner is another word for quitting, because that's usually what happens. We don't want that. We want you to figure out this why so that you keep going. And it'll be on your Teamzy dashboard every single day so that when you go to do your connects, you remember and it reconnects you to what you're doing. So let's go through this process, okay? I get a little passionate about this, you guys. I'm sorry, but I've been, somebody in previous presentations, they called it my passion tangents, and this actually was a hashtag for a little while, passion tangent. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Just 5 questions. And these questions are for you. It's like a journaling exercise just to get your thinking started. Why did you become a promoter? Why did you become a promoter? Now, again, this doesn't need to be deep, and I'm going to share my story with you. Some of you guys know my story. I come from the background of coaching and consulting, helping people build their business for years. And then I had a side hustle, network marketing, which was Beachbody. I was a Beachbody coach for a while. And so I'm going to share my story. Why did I start that business? I did it because I was using products and people were noticing the change in me. I lost a bunch of weight, got healthy. And they were asking me about it. Now, I'm sure you guys probably have had an experience like that. You know, maybe you got into this business because you were using the products and liked them. And you wanted to share them with people. People were asking you about them. That's why I got into the business. Now, let's get to the next question. What do you hope to accomplish? So just to tell you what I had hoped to accomplish at the time, and I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I could make $500 a month in this business? And he said, yeah, absolutely. I said, great. That's what I wanted to accomplish. I thought to myself, man, if I could make $500 a month extra money, that would be so cool. Now, next question. Why is that important to you? And I'm going through these pretty quick, guys, because you're smart. You don't need me to spend too much time on them. Why is that important to you? So the reason why I wanted to make $500 a month, and I'm just going to explain this to you guys really quick. You guys remember the Great Recession a few years ago? Probably all of us have some scars from that, right? So my business I mentioned a second ago was coaching and consulting. And primarily I worked in the real estate industry, helping real estate professionals build their business. So what happened to that market in 2008, 2009 when the recession hit? It disappeared, right? It disappeared. And my business suffered dramatically. It was a very tough time for my family and I. And, you know, by God's good grace, we made it through the recession. But we were not able to save money. And I'm a saver. I mean, we have a budget, and every single month, and our budget at that time, every single month, we had a $500 transfer that was automatic, set by the computer, that would go from checking to savings. And I never turned it off because I know it's such a good habit to be in. But every month that $500 would transfer over to savings, and I would have to quickly log in and move it back before stuff bounced. Anybody ever feel that? And so it was for years. It was almost 7 years that we did that. Almost 7 years we weren't able to save. And the thought that, wow, maybe if I could make $500 a month extra, I could actually make that and put it in the bank and save it the way I've been trying to for years. Does that make sense? So that was my first thought. I was like, wow, $500 a month, great. I know I can put that in the bank and save it. Next question, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? And when I was asked this question, just full honesty, guys, I was really annoyed by this time because I hate doing this kind of stuff. I love personal growth, but the process is kind of annoying sometimes. Can you feel me on that? But I went through it because I knew it was important. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? I thought to myself, if I could save money long enough, we could buy a new house. Anybody ever just want something shallow like that? Like, I just wanted a new house. My wife and I have 4 kids. We just had a baby. We have a high school senior graduating from high school this month. and we have a 5-month-old baby. That's our span. It seems like whenever we start to kind of get stable, we get busy again. That's just life, right? But we were in a 3-bedroom home, really small 3-bedroom home. It felt like we were just like on top of each other all the time. And every nook and cranny was filled with toys. So I was thinking to myself, a new house would be great. So the next question, why is that meaningful? Why is that meaningful? How does it make you feel? Why is it meaningful? And as I pondered this one a little bit, guys, here's what I realized. Buying a new house really wasn't meaningful. Wasn't, but it was symbolic. It was symbolic of something else that was going on in my subconscious, something that I hadn't allowed myself to really think about, which was the fact that my family life just wasn't healthy. It wasn't the way I wanted it to be. I thought consciously if I could get a new house, everything would be fine. And we did recently get a new house and it's better. But I have to tell you this, guys, I realized the house was symbolic. What was wrong was the fact that I was missing my children's childhood. I was working all the time. I've already told you that for 6 years, we didn't save a dime. I was considered the top of my industry. I wasn't able to save a dime. That career was bringing us nowhere. You can relate to that. And I never saw my kids. I get up in the morning. They're just getting up as I'm leaving for work. I kiss them goodbye and I go to work. Come back in the evening. They're already getting ready for bed. I put them to bed. That was my relationship with my children. My son, who had just started kindergarten at that time, couldn't call me daddy. He kept forgetting and kept calling me by the name of his kindergarten teacher. And I realized at this moment, going through this process, oh my gosh, it's not a new house I need. I need to change everything. And you know what? This little side hustle of mine, this business opportunity that I'm looking at actually has the ability to do that for me. Whereas my job, as stable as it is or whatever, isn't getting us anywhere. And so I had an epiphany. Wow, this business is a way for me to create that life, to be with my kids, not to be stressed about losing my job or stressed about money, but to live life. Are you with me? And I'm hoping that you guys will have a similar aha moment going through this process. Yours is going to be totally different, but that's the idea. So then when you get to this last question, so we answered all those questions just to get our minds, just to get our juices flowing, right? The last one is the my why. Now see this last box, my why. This is where you're going to create a statement, kind of like an affirmation or a goal statement based on why are you doing this business? Why are you going to get your butt out of bed today and put 30 minutes into building this business? Why? When you don't feel like it, when you don't feel well, whatever. Okay? So you can see in the light gray text, my why that I wrote a couple years ago. It's a sample for you. You still need to type yours in over it, okay? The sample was this. This is what I wrote a couple years ago. To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and I'm full of energy. That was my why statement. Now, here's why this was so powerful to me. As soon as I wrote this, I started planning to leave my corporate job. And within 90 days, I was gone. I was gone, focused on my business. You need to set this intention. Now, whatever you put in this box, will publish to your dashboard, right? So your why statement will be in this box. And when you click continue, that'll be on your dashboard. So every day when you log into Teamzy, it's going to show you why the next 20 minutes of your life matters, why you shouldn't skip it. In my case, it was, I wanted to be with my kids. I wanted to be with my kids. I wanted to be with my wife. I didn't want to have to worry about money anymore. I wanted to build something that would grow. And I knew what it took as a professional business coach. I knew what it took. And I knew this system would help me do it efficiently. I just now had to get over myself and do it every day. You with me? Okay, that's why the why is so important. Don't skip it. Don't let your team skip it. Walk them through the process, okay? All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to get your contacts in, okay? I have no idea what the back office at Le-Vel looks like. You guys are the promoters. You guys know what it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. You guys can maybe put in the comments and let me know, but I don't know if you can export your contacts. A lot of networks let you export. Some don't. This little video here will walk you through some of the options. You may need to copy and paste. Here's what we want to achieve though. I want you guys to get your list of personally sponsored, personally enrolled, whatever you call them, promoters into Teamzy, because we're going to build relationships with them. Teamzy is going to help you and remind you and keep you in touch with them to build relationships with them. Okay. The next thing we want to do is get all your customers into Teamzy, because again, we're going to stay in contact with your customers. I'm going to explain to you why that is so important and a key part to building your business. Finally, after we get those two lists in, so your promoter list and your customer list into Teamzy, we're going to get your Facebook friends in. Okay, because most of us are active and we connect with people easily on Facebook. We've got a large list of people on Facebook that we're connected to. We're going to get them all into Teamzy, all organized and ready to go. So you're not going through your Facebook Messenger trying to remember who to connect with or who to follow up with. It'll all be super mega organized. And then anywhere else you have contacts, you bring it in as a CSV file. Okay, so these are some helpful videos. And we'll just continue on, and I'll do a quick import to show you. Okay, so I've got my Facebook friends archive already downloaded here, and that video that we saw will explain to you how to get that from Facebook. All right, so this is ready to go. I'm going to continue with that. Mapping is done. Great, continue. So you can see how quickly it creates those contacts, super fast. If you guys have ever used another CRM, like, I don't know, what's a big one, Salesforce or anything like that, you'll see how incredibly quick it is to import contacts. Okay, so all those contacts are created. Now, we've got one more step for setup. One more step, and we're going to rank our contacts. We're going to rank them on a 5-star system, just like we're ranking Netflix or I don't know, Amazon, whatever. You guys do this all the time. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star is not awesome. Why do we do this? There's an important principle here. It's one of the principles of relationship marketing, and that's this. You should spend more time with the best people. You should spend more time with the best people. You should prioritize your time for the people who are most likely to help you, most likely to help your business, most likely to join your team, most likely to refer people to your business. Now, if you don't prioritize your relationships first, there's no way to prioritize your time. And what will happen is the turkeys will steal it, right? The turkeys will steal the time from you. And I use turkeys as the nice family way of saying whatever word you're thinking of. Okay, so we prioritize our people first so that we can prioritize our time. Now, here's the cool thing. You prioritize your people, and Teamzy will prioritize your list for you. You never have to plan your power hour, Teamzy, ever. Once you've set this up once, your power hour is just waiting for you every day. You just turn it on and rock it, okay? So let's go in here and do this. I'm just gonna go through what these levels are, and then we'll do a power hour together. So we've got, these are our ranks. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or promoter, or they're an existing customer or promoter that's a rock star on your team. Okay, those are 5 stars. They're gonna come up on your up next list every 30 days. Now your up next list, I'll show you that in a minute. Those are the people I want you to connect with to make their day. Okay, so every 30 days, your 5-star people will come up on the up next list. A 4-star is somebody that's likely to become a customer or a promoter with a little bit of nurturing, right? And they're just the solid performers on your team already. You're solid, or you're good customers. They're gonna show up on your up next list every 60 days, okay? 3-star people, most people on your list will be 3 stars. In fact, when you do an import, they'll automatically start as 3 stars, and then you get to rank them up or down. But the majority of your list will be 3 stars, because a 3-star person can go either way. You just don't know yet. Until you start connecting with them, you don't know where they are. So they're gonna show up on your up next list every 90 days, okay? Now 2 stars are getting colder. They're showing up on your up next list every 120 days. And then 1-star people, they are people who they're in your Teamzy, they're on the list, you can look them up, but they're never coming up on the up next. They're kind of like your cold people. Okay, ready? Now that we know that, let's go do it. So when you click to the next level, it's gonna bring you to your list. Now we're on our left navigation, we're actually on the team page now where your whole list lives, and rank mode is automatically toggled on for you. Let me toggle it off so you can see. This is what it normally looks like on this page, and it shows you your list and when you last connected with them. But in rank mode, I can actually go through quickly and I can rank people just by clicking on their stars, right? I can bring them down. I can drop them in the trash can if they're If I don't want them on my list, easy, right? And I can just bang through my list. Now, if you've got a huge list, I do recommend you just go through your whole list and take a quick look. But the most important, and rank them. The most important thing though, guys, is your 4s and 5s, the people you want to connect with first and more often. So if you have a huge list and you're overwhelmed by it, just go through this list and look for the people that you feel good about, that you want to make a 4 or a 5-star. Okay? That way, Teamzy will have something to start your list you're prioritizing with so you can get after it. Make sense? Okay. Let's go to the dashboard. Now that we're all set up, see how easy that was? I mean, I was talking a lot. You can do this a lot faster on your own. I'm going to go to the dashboard now, and we are going to crush a power hour together. Okay. Couple things real quick on this. Just give you a quick tour of this dashboard. This is your settings up here, right? You can get to settings here, which is great. You can click that feedback and go to an online community where people talk and share whatever and answer each other's questions and cool stuff. If you want to look somebody up that's not on this dashboard down here, which I'll show you in a second, you just start typing a few letters, their name here, and it brings them up, okay? And that'll take you to their full contact record. Also, if you want to add a new person to your list as you're going, and remember, we recommend you do at least 3 people every day to your list, right? As you're meeting people, just click this add contact to add them to your list. Super easy, okay? All right. Messages we want you to see will pop here every once in a while. Now, on the left side, you've got your rank, which is a drop down. You can change that as you rank up. And then your navigation's here, dashboard, team, which we looked at. The business page has a bunch of different reports and business stats. Universities, where you're going to go to get help, okay? Videos and FAQs and stuff like that. And then my why. Remember, we wrote our why, and that would publish right here. Okay, so now let's go and look at the magic part. Today's activities is like your goal board. These are the things that we need to do today. Remember, we set that big goal, 150 grand, but now we have a daily goal, something that we can do. It's a bite-sized chunk. Have you guys ever, I think it was Brian Tracy who said, if you keep your focus small, you grow your business big, right? Keep your focus small, grow your business big. Don't worry anymore about that 150 grand. Now what we need to focus on is what you need to do today. And in this case, it's connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 promoters, okay? And then we want to invite and add 3 people. Okay, so there's kind of our goal board. Now, as we connect with people, this goal board will start tallying kind of our score for the day, which is kind of cool. Then we've got our dailies. These are things that you need to do every day to be successful. Are you posting on social media? Are you doing personal development work? Are you using the products because you need to be a product of the product, right? And are you getting some exercise? And I've had people go, exercise isn't essential to my business. Guys, if you are not moving your body, your mind is going to slow down. Your energy is going to dip. And then what happens to your business? So we think it's definitely non-negotiable that you need to be doing that. So this is just checks, just to keep yourself some accountability. Now the real magic happens here. Who's up next? And I love this part because there's nothing like this, not just in network marketing. There's nothing like this anywhere that makes this so easy, simple, and elegant to work. There's 4 lists in our up next list: prospects, customers, promoters, and follow-ups. 4 lists. Each tab is a new list. We're going to work our power hour from left to right. We're going to start connecting with prospects. Now, the up next box shows you 5 names at a time so that you don't get overwhelmed. But your whole list is here. Don't worry. It just keeps feeding them to you. Okay. So we're going to connect with Jay. She's the first person on my list. Now, maybe you'll see somebody on here, and this will happen a lot. You go, oh, wow, I haven't talked to that person in ages. How awkward. Is this going to be awkward? Here's what I want you to do. Just go over here to the connect box. This is where we're going to log our message. But before we do it, I'm going to click on this scripts button right here, because this is going to give me some ways that I can break the ice with her without being awkward. And I'm going to send her a Facebook message. Okay. And so look, there's a few different scripts here of connects. Here's one I like to use a lot. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. So simple, right? This, by the way, is such an awesome script. I've used this myself thousands of times, and its response rate is through the roof. Now, you can also make these your own. You can edit them. You can upload your own scripts, which is pretty cool. You can click new script, create your own, save them in here. But we put a bunch in here to get you started. So let me copy that script. See, it's this copy script. Now it's on a clipboard. Okay, how cool is this? I've got Facebook open in a separate tab up here in my browser because I have to use Facebook to send Facebook messages. That's just Facebook's rules, okay? Which is fine. It's really easy to do. So I'm going to toggle over there and I'm going to look up Jay. By the way, I can do this so quickly when I'm not explaining it, and you guys will, after about 2 days, will also be able to toggle back and forth between these so quick. So there's Jay. Now we're going to send her a message. Hold on, let me take a sip. Okay. And I've got that message in my, look, she sent me the same message yesterday. All right. Full disclosure, Jay works for Teamzy. We send these messages back and forth all day as we're demonstrating it. But there, I pasted it in from the clipboard. Got to change the name to the correct name, hit return, go. So there's the message sent to Jay. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to copy this because I like to be really efficient and I don't want to type. So I copied it so I can record this without having to retype any notes. So now I'm back in Teamzy. What was your conversation, log your message? I'm just going to paste it in there so I don't have to actually write any notes. You could write a note there if you want. That's just the way I do it. Now, because tracking is as important as connecting, right? And this keeps us churning through our list. So now check this out. I'm going to select the type of communication. It was a Facebook message. Now watch what happens when I log this connect. Jay is off my list. My list has moved up. See, I've got a new person at the bottom now. And now I have a 1 on the scoreboard. Pretty cool, right? This little circle started to fill in too. As I get closer, that circle will turn solid to let me know I'm done for the day, right? So now what I'm going to do, guys, this is so easy. I'm going to just go down the list. I'm going to message Omima, Kayla, Gail, Nicole, Deanne. I'm going to use the same script that's already on my, clipboard. It's already saved. I don't even have to go to scripts. I'm just going to use the same one 10 times. Bam, 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 bam. How are you? Hope you're having an awesome day. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste, change the name, copy, paste, change the name, copy, paste, change the name until this says 10. And that's going to take me maybe 10 minutes, right? Do you see how quick and efficient this can be? And then guess what I'm going to do when I'm done connecting with my prospects? By the way, people will start messaging you back, but it's not time to have the conversation yet. You got to finish all your outgoing proactive activity first. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on customers. And now I'm going to start connecting with my customers. These are people who have purchased products from me in the past, okay? Or currently purchasing products from me too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, same thing, I'm going to click scripts. And now Teamzy already knows I'm on customers, so it's changed the scripts, which is cool, right? So, I mean, there's some great scripts here asking for recommendations from current customers, which, by the way, well, I'll talk about this. Just, you're doing great, I'm proud of you. How are you enjoying your products? Send me an update. Or just something like this. Hi, Jane, just check it in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. It's so crucial, you guys, to be in touch with your customers. And so many people that I talk to aren't. They're too focused on they're focused on the next customer. And they're neglecting the people who have already put their hand up and said, yeah, I want to try these products. I want to use these products. Write this down if you have a pen ready. There is no better source for a new lead in your business than a current customer. Okay, there is no better source for a new lead in your business than a current customer. And I've told people this so many times, especially you guys are selling transformational products. If you've got one person using these products and getting results, you're done. Like that one relationship is enough to build a business on, because that is how valuable a happy customer is. Okay, and I don't have time to go deep into that training. I could train you for an hour on that, but you need to be connecting with these people regularly. You need to be in touch with them. I'll give you 3 reasons. 1, they need your help. You know more about the products than they do. They need your help. They need your advice. They need your service. Also, from a business perspective, they will stop ordering products if they don't hear from you. Over time, they'll lose interest. You need to be in touch with them so they can ask you questions. You can recommend new things. They'll end up purchasing more and remaining active longer if you're in touch. And the third is what I just told you. The hottest source for a new lead is a current customer. You need to be talking to them, because somebody who's getting results is already talking about these products to everybody. Isn't that the way we are wired as human beings? If we love something, we tell other people about it. They're already creating conversations about the business. They may not have even considered being a promoter themselves. You need to be in touch with them. You need to get them to introduce you to the people they're connecting with, okay? So that's why we stay in touch and serve our customers and deepen those relationships. By the way, your best promoters are going to come from this group, right? Okay, so don't neglect them. And I talk to people all the time. They're like, oh, I've been doing this business so long. I've got 10,000 people. I know you guys' business is newer, but I've got thousands of customers. Like, man, then you're set. Don't be overwhelmed by that. Start connecting. Teamzy will help you, lead you through it. So I'm going to connect with my customers until I get to 6. That'll turn red, and I'm going to move to promoters. Now I'm going to start connecting with my team. Okay, and start connecting with my team. It's called Teamzy for a reason. The relationship with your team is as important as prospecting. Those people on your team, we talked about the quitting rate, right? One out of 2 quits in the first 12 months. They need that relationship to tie them to the business. They need this support. No matter how successful you get, you have time to stay in contact with all your personally enrolled people. You absolutely do, especially if you're using Teamzy. Now, if you're trying to keep stuff on pieces of paper scattered across your life, of course not. Nobody's that organized that can do that anymore. Why do you think we have smartphones and smart watches now? Because the paper didn't cut it. That's why. All right. So we're going to connect with prospects, customers, promoters. In this example, it was 20 people. I seriously believe you could do that in 20 minutes. You guys think so? It's pretty easy. That includes sending the message in Facebook, copying it in Teamzy, and logging it. 20 minutes, we have sent out 20 messages to people. We have connected with the make someone's day mindset. And guess what happens now? What happens now is conversations are started. Hey, Eric, great to hear from you. Oh my gosh, what have you been up to? I've been seeing your progress on Facebook. So exciting to see what's going on for you guys, right? Because you guys are active on social media. So people are seeing that, which is cool. And now when you're connecting with them one-on-one, they're part of the conversation. Part of the conversation. And some people might just go, good. You might even get one of these, like, you know, like the thumbs up emoticon, which is great. It's kind of like, thanks for the message, but I don't feel like having a conversation. That's fine, because guess what? Guess what, buddy? You're on my Teamzy list. You're going to come up again in 3 months. And eventually you're going to be happy to talk to me, because I'm just going to shower you with love over time to the point where you're going to want to engage. It's cool. It's cool. And then some of those people will. Now, here's what I would say, typically, if you are sending out a script like this, which is just like the Hello Connect, you should expect a response rate of about 50% or better. Pretty good, right? That's about what? 1,000 times better than a drip email campaign? 50% response rate. Now it means that every single day, if you're doing 20 like this, every single day you're creating 10 conversations. Now, some of those conversations will be nice. They won't go very far. Some will go deeper. And we're going to be on these conversations. You're going to be forming people. You're going to be asking them questions. You're going to be catching up, engaging. And remember, guys, please remember this. The goal of the conversation is not to recruit or to sell. The goal of the conversation is to help them, to identify a need that you can fill. Identify a need that you can fill. Now, it might have something to do with the business, which would be awesome, right? And then in those cases, we'll send them an invite, which I'll show you how to do in a second. But it might not be today. They might not be interested in talking about that at all right now. They may be going through a personal grief that they need comfort with. They may need a prayer from a friend. They may need a recommendation to a business that you know. Whatever it is, your goal is to get to know them, to warm the relationship, and find a way to help them. Are you with me? So what happens when the relationship does get to a point where I can help them with these products, or I can help them with this business opportunity? That is when we take it from connect to invite. And remember, we're connecting with, in this example, we're connecting with 20 people a day, and our goal is to have 3 people that we can invite to the business out of 20. So 20 people we send out, 10 people have a conversation with us. From those 10, 3 might go as far as getting an invite. So let me show you how that works, okay? I'm losing my voice. Let me switch to water. Okay. So we message Jay, and let's just say Jay responds, and we're having a great conversation. We're catching up, totally catching up. And she's telling me what's happening, and I'm telling her what's happening. And she's really intrigued by what we're doing. And, you know, she wants to make some changes in her health and fitness. And she says, you know, I think maybe I should take a look at what you're doing. Great. Awesome. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to invite her now. Let me look her up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look her up. My lookup bar take me to her record. And I'm going to log this conversation. But see this little invite right here? I checked it. So now I can select a type. So in this example, I'm going to invite her to an opportunity call. Okay. So Jay and I are talking. She's really interested in what we're doing. We're having a great conversation. I said, you know what? We have an opportunity call tonight for our team. Would you be interested in listening in? She says, yeah, actually, I would be interested. Great. I'm going to send you all the details right now. I'll email over the link. And then what I want you to do, Jay, is just listen, take notes, just absorb, write down any questions. I'll connect with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Sound good? She says, great. So this is an invite, right? Real simple. So I'm just going to put here, call. So I've invited her to an opportunity call. Great. Now, and I'm sending her an email with that information. So I'm going to log that as an email. Now, what I want you guys to notice here is before I log this is a connect, but it's a special connect. It's an invite connect, right? So my stats, Teamzy will know that I'm inviting her. Before I log this, I have to set a follow-up. This is how somebody gets onto the follow-ups list. Remember, we had prospects, customers, promoters. Now we're going to get her on our follow-ups list. See where it says follow-up default? Great. Jay's 5 stars, which means she's not going to show up on my list for 30 days. When did I say I would check in with her? Tomorrow, right? Okay, so let's click on that and we'll set it for tomorrow. Now you can set it for all kinds of different things or even a custom date. I'm going to set this one for tomorrow. Now watch what happens when I log the connect. Now you can see on her record, there's a follow-up set. She's on my follow-ups list. So when I toggle back to my dashboard and I'm going through my list, when I get to follow-ups, there she is. She's on the follow-ups list. Now I can't mess this up. So every day I'm connecting prospects, customers, promoters, and I'm putting people on my follow-ups list that have interest. I'm inviting them to the business and putting them on my follow-ups list. Or maybe I just want to follow up for another reason. It's a new promoter and I want to follow up and make sure she's got the next training. Whatever it is, I'm going to put her on my follow-ups list. And then I'm going to work my follow-ups list when I'm done with my prospects, customers, and promoters. So let's say it's tomorrow. I'm doing my power hour, prospects, customers, promoters, and I get to my follow-ups list. I get to Jay, and now it's time to follow up with her. Okay, she went to an opportunity call. Now it's time to follow up with her. How many times have you guys heard somebody tell you that the fortune is in the follow-up? Right? All the time. You guys know it's true. Have you guys ever heard this statistic? Definitely write this one down because you probably want to share it with your team. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So how many of you guys follow up 10 times on somebody who's interested? Do you typically follow up 10 times? How about 7 times? Most people don't. And I've done this presentation hundreds of times and never had more than one person raise their hand. Why not? If we know the fortune's in the follow-up, why aren't we following up more? If we know that 80% of all sales happen between 7 and 10, why aren't we all going there? Well, I believe there's 2 reasons. And the first one I'm just going to give you as a freebie, which is the fact that, you don't have a system like Teamzy to keep you organized. And following up 10 times when you're trying to do it on slips of paper or whatever from Facebook Messenger, it's too much to stay organized that long. But also, I think a lot of you don't follow up 10 times because you feel like you're a nag. You don't want to be annoying, right? You don't want to be that guy or that girl. Here's what I'm here to tell you guys. When you're talking to somebody about transformational products or a business opportunity that can literally change their life, and they're excited about it, right? Have you ever noticed how excited they are about the opportunity? And then what happens when you follow up, like they don't respond? Have you noticed that? Yeah. Here's what I want to just explain to you guys real quick. People aren't going to respond because subconsciously we don't really like to change at all. We want stability. We want to stay where we're at. And our subconscious runs the show. 80% of our actions come from our subconscious. So people are excited consciously. This is a great opportunity. Then they disappear. It's because their back of their mind is telling them, don't do this. This is not safe. This is not stable. This is not what we do. People are wired that way. This is why 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Why is it? Because it takes that many follow-ups to overcome that programming. So here's what I just want to present to you guys a little bit. I'm going to teach you how to do that in a second. If you're selling somebody something that can transform their life physically, health-wise, and their financial life, right? Which, by the way, those two things add up to family life. And the only thing that will help them get from here to this new life is you following up. Then you need to understand following up is not annoying, but it's an act of love. Following up is an act of love. And if you love the people you're serving, I mean, are you in this business because you have a passion to help people? If you love people enough, you'll follow up. If you don't follow up, what you're communicating to people is, I just don't care enough about you to help you through this. So some of you guys need to write down on a little piece of sticky note, following up is an act of love, and put it on your computer screen to remind yourself that's what you're doing. I'm taking time to love on people, not being annoying to people. Makes sense? Now, there you get your mind around it. I'm going to actually teach you how to never be annoying when you follow up. You ready? I'm going to give you the principles. And then I'll show you how we just did it automatically in Teamzy. But I want you to understand the principles. Okay, you ready? There's 2 principles. The first one is this. When you're following up, never ask someone to do something. Simple, right? Never ask someone to do something. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to message you. Don't ask them to complete their purchase. Don't give them anything to do in the follow-up. That's the first step, okay? I know some of you are like, ooh, that doesn't sound right. Trust me, don't do that. Now, this stuff has been tested and tried in many industries. It's the way people are wired. It's annoying. How annoying is it when you get a voicemail that says, hey, Eric, can you call me back? I really need to ask you something. It's like, why didn't you just ask it to me? Why don't you just text me the question? I don't want to have to call you back for that. It's annoying, right? You guys feel the same way, so don't do it to people. The second thing I want you to do when you follow up, your follow-up should be done via text or Facebook Messenger, okay? And they need to be short enough that they can be read on the notification screen of the phone without opening the message. At least most of the message needs to be able to be read that way. Why? Because people don't want you to know they've seen it yet, right? Because they're avoiding you. It's okay. We're going to let them. We're going to let them at first. So you do the same thing, right? Don't you read those messages and you don't open them because you're not ready to respond right now? You're busy, right? So we're going to treat them with that same consideration. We don't ask them to do anything in the message, and we keep it short and sweet so they can read it without opening it. Those are the 2 principles. If you do that every time you follow up, you can follow up 1,000,000 times and not being annoying. Okay? But we don't need to follow up 1,000,000 times. So now let me show you how easy this is in Teamzy. So easy. So I'm going to follow up with Jay. Here she is. Now, before I do this again, guys, just go to the scripts. We made this so easy for you. Look at this on Facebook. I've got your follow-ups in here. Follow-up number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. They're all in here. There are 10 in here. You can just use them. You can follow up 10 times without even thinking about this. And every one of these follow-ups will follow the same 2 principles that I just described. So here's the first one. Hi, Jane. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So simple. So simple. And I'm going to send that to her. Okay, now check this out. Let's send that to Jay. We're following up with Jay. Look, Jay's checking back in with me. Now I'm going to send her. Jay's doing a webinar too, you guys. This is what I love about Teamzy. We're talking to so many groups and helping so many people at the same time. All right, so here's my follow-up to Jay. Hi, Jay, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to copy that. By the way, once you set this up, you can do all this on your mobile phone, which is so cool, right? So you can do it anywhere. You don't have to be at your computer. You can do it anywhere from your phone, which is so cool. Okay, let me just paste that in there. Now, before I log this follow-up, make sure you set the next one, okay? Guys, don't miss that. Set the next follow-up. I'm going to set it for tomorrow again. She is not allowed by me to come off my follow-up list until she converts. right? Or till she tells me she's not ready right now, which is fine. So I set the next follow-up. When I log that one, now she's on my list again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going through my list, and now, you know, you guys are like 3 days into Teamzy, you probably have 9 or 10 people on your follow-ups list. And you're gonna work through that list. You get to J, you might not even remember what step you're on. So I'm gonna click on activity to see, oh, I just entered the first one. Great, so I'm gonna go into scripts, and I'm gonna select follow-up number 2. Hi, Jane, just make sure you got my email. Check and see if you have any questions. I'm gonna send it to her. I'm gonna set the next follow-up. The next day, I'll send her follow-up number 3. Hi, Jane, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Send it, set my next follow-up, right? Do you need to follow up every single day? No, but I personally will follow up 3 days in a row to start the process, right? Then maybe you wait a couple days and send the next one. Just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Now, you notice that these are worded in such a way because I'm not expecting Jay to respond. We talked about it briefly, but the way people are wired, most people won't respond to the first several follow-ups. And most promoters will quit after 2 or 3 and think they're not interested. I'm here to tell you, most people, even the ones very interested, are not going to respond because they have to struggle against the subconscious mind, creating excuses, creating reasons for them that they can't respond right now. And what happens if you don't do it right now? You forget about it. But it's okay because a day or 2 passes and they get another message from you. Right? Hi, Jane, I hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. Hi, Jane, I know you're excited about getting started and I promise to be here to help you along the way. Do you have any questions for me? You are fulfilling your promise. You are loving them. You are being consistent. And usually about 6, this is about when you'll get a response. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Thank you so much for staying in touch with me. You're so good at this. I'm so impressed at how consistent you are. These are the things you're going to get from people. Okay? Now, when they join your team and they see they see that all these follow-ups and start using them, they're going to giggle and go, wow, you're following the system and it works so great. I just really felt the care. They're going to do it with their people too. But this is about where you start having conversation, usually with people again, is around follow-up number 6. Now we're going to keep going. We're just going to keep following up. We're going to stay in touch. We're going to keep loving on Jay. And every day, as usual, I'm checking my back office, seeing what's new, seeing what's coming in. And all of a sudden, one day I'm in there and I'm like, bam, Jay purchased. She signed up. How excited am I? So now how do I finish her off? How do I take her, not finish her off, but how do I move her from prospects to promoters? Let me show you how to do it. So what I would do in that situation is look up Jay again, bring up her record. First thing I'm going to do is log the sale type. Let's give her the promoter pack, right? And I'm going to save that. Now we are not logging volume or commissions, just the fact that she made the purchase so that we know that our efforts bore fruit, okay? And then right here, see where it says member type? I'm now gonna, she's prospect. I'm just gonna click promoter and that's just gonna, now she's moved to the promoter team. And then she's personally enrolled, okay? That's how easy it is, how easy it is, okay? And if you're on the dashboard and you wanna change somebody to a promoter, you can do that right here on activity. I'm sorry, details. See, I could just change her, boom. Now she's a promoter, she's moved. She moved off that list and over here now. Okay, pretty cool, right? Okay, so that's how you take somebody through the process, how you get this thing set up, so easy. Get your why in there so you know why you're in the game. Then we're gonna do your power every day, you're gonna crush it. In like 20 or 30 minutes, you're gonna connect with 20 people. You're gonna create at least 10 conversations. Those conversations, you're gonna be in the make someone's day mindset. You're gonna be focused on finding needs, finding wants, and filling them, helping people, loving people, okay? As you're loving people, opportunities will rise to invite them to the business or invite them to try the products. Then we will send them an invite and we'll log it in the system. We'll put them on our follow-ups list and we will follow up with those people that have shown interest like a pro until they convert or until they say we're not ready right now, and you just let them go back into your Teamzy list. They're going to come back up in a month or 2 months, wherever you have them set, and you're going to stay in touch with them. This is so that people don't fall through the cracks. Pretty sweet, right? They can't fall through the cracks. If you're logging onto this thing every day, at least 5 days a week, no one's going to fall through the cracks. So cool. Okay, a couple things real quick before I do Q&A. I don't know if you guys noticed this big message on the front of the dashboard right now, but we're currently in a Le-Vel beta test right now that ends on June 17th. That's June 17th, 2017. If you guys are watching this video, because I know stuff lives on the internet forever, and it's after June 17th, 2017, ignore the next 30 seconds because it will not apply to you. But right now, that beta test will end on June 17th, 2017, which means that anyone that's got a free trial going before that and sets up an ongoing subscription before the end of that day, June 17th, 2017, you guys can lock in the founder's rate discount forever, right? And it's a thank you that we do for people who help us during the beta, because you guys are giving us tons of feedback to make this custom version for your network to be, just to be like home for you, to put everything the way you want it. We'd never discount Teamzy outside of the beta test founder rate. So this is your chance to lock in a lifetime discount. Get your team locked in a lifetime discount. We won't even bill you on June 17th if you're in the middle of a trial. We will wait to bill you until the end of your free 30 days, but you won't have to get that subscription set up before June 17th, okay? So just keep that in mind, you guys. If you're doing this and you like it, you wanna lock that in and let your teams know that too. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a couple action steps, and that's this. Again, if you're not in the free trial for Teamzy, you need to go get that free trial started. That's your first action step. Make sure you're doing the free trial. The second action step is this. Make sure that you find an accountability partner to do the trial with you, right? A success partner. If you don't have one in your business, choose somebody either from your team or on the sideline that will be your 30-day success partner. Just choose somebody who say, will you do this 30-day challenge with me? We're gonna do Teamzy free trial together. We're gonna hold each other accountable. Here's what you do with your success partner during those 30 days. When you finish your dashboard each day and you do you hit your goal for the day, you'll get this little message that says 100% complete, you crushed it. Any of you guys get those already? It's like you get this great dopamine rush when you get that. I want you to take a screen grab of that and message it, text it to your success partner every day. Because there'll be days when you blow this off and don't do it, and you'll get that from your success partner and be like, crap, now I gotta go do it. And it's gonna create so much momentum in your business. So just do that, you guys, just do it. Now, for you grenade heads, for you people who really like a challenge, the competitors, I'm gonna give you an additional challenge. And I call it the 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge, just 5 days. Because a lot of you guys are gonna do the free trial and you're gonna think this was a great presentation. You're just not gonna do much with it. Here's what I challenge you to do. Take 5 consecutive days in a row, okay? And over those 5 days, I want you to connect with at least 100 people. And there could be a mix of customers, prospects, and promoters. It could be a mix. But I want you to connect with 100 people minimum, but you got to do at least 20 a day. 20 a day for 5 days. If you guys take that challenge and talk to your success partner, you want to do the 5-day challenge with me? You'll create so much momentum. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to blow your mind. Don't you want that? What would it be like in your business if you could create a ton of momentum right now? So I challenge you guys to do that. Okay, so those are your action steps. 30-day free trial, success partner, 5-day challenge. With me? All right. Now, I see I got a question in the Q&A. I'm going to answer it. And if you have any others, pop them in there. It's not even a question. It's a statement. I'm so glad I got on this. Brilliant. Good, Helen. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. I will send you guys that are on this call this link. We'll also put it up on our Facebook page, and I'll email it to everyone that's in Le-Vel that's in this. But you guys got to share this video with your teams. You got to get the word out there. Okay. Again, we are here to help you guys be successful. We don't have a relationship with corporate yet, and they do not want us putting their name on anything. So we have to spread this word of mouth. So I really want you guys to share this. If you found this valuable, share this video with your team. Share it with your sideline, your upline, everything. Okay, great. Quick questions coming in real quick. So just connect for 5 days, but don't ask, just use those statements. Yeah, well, Helen, you are using those statements to start the conversation. I'm not saying you can't ask in the conversation, but start a conversation first. Here's the reason why. I'm glad you asked this. So anyone that makes it this far will get my thoughts on this. This whole industry is based on this go for no philosophy. The idea that you go through your list and you throw away most of it, right? It's like you're throwing bodies over your shoulder and leaving them behind you. What I'm here to tell you guys is there's a better way to do business. Relationship marketing is based on this concept, that everybody that you're connected with, if you invest in that relationship, will support your business in some way over time. Now, some people will join your business. Some people will buy from you. A lot of people will steer other people towards you. But over time, all those relationships will give something to your business. And so what we're trying to do is just have conversations with people. And we are going to figure out who is ready just through the conversations. And we'll go for them right now. But everyone else, we're going to keep on the tree. We're going to keep putting water, sunshine, fertilizer on those people over time. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, great. And Helen says she's been connecting and following up a lot, but no way to track it. Now you have a way to track it, Helen. Not only do you have a way to track it, but teams will also drive you to connect a lot more, which is cool. All right, you guys. I'm so glad we got to spend some time together tonight from my home office here in beautiful San Diego. I hope all is well where you are. I'm going to sign off now, but thank you so much for being here. Again, please spread the word and share the message. We would love to just blow up your network in a good way. Help people help more people, because that's our passion. Our passion is to help you guys build your team so you can build your business, so you can build your life. Thanks again for watching. God bless.